Welcome to the Two Tunes podcast. Yeah, this is Bo Barber, and I'm singing the song.
I think they know your voice by now.
Yeah, I know. That's my stage name is Bo Barber.
Okay. Do you know there's a band called Bill Murray? Bilmuri.
Nice. Wouldn't it be funny if it was like some random, like it didn't actually, it just was like in their language, like there was some, somewhere else and like just in their language, it means like rock band or something.
It just means rock band. Yeah, Bill Murray. And every time, so I listen to, what's it called now? It's called New Noise. It's a subset of the Lead Singer Syndrome.
Oh, okay.
And
got to get back on that.
Yeah. So
I only listen when I'm like, ooh, I really want to hear about that.
A person.
Yeah,
a specific person.
Band, yeah.
But they talk about Bill Murray because they cover new music.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's called New Noise.
Nice.
It's pretty good. Hi, I'm Bo.
Why is this podcast called Two Tunes, Bo?
Because we talk about two tunes.
Nice.
And this is the first episode where our two tunes are very similar.
I know. Totally unintentional.
Unintentional. I sent my song first.
What? Okay, so if you had to categorize these tunes
Indie
into...
rock.
Okay.
Indie rock.
Could you get more specific than that?
Emo indie rock.
Right. So mine, I feel
Girl emo indie rock.
Yeah, like part grunge, I think, at least on my tune a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you hear that influence. Mm-hmm. Riot Girl, if we're going to go girl.
Sure.
And then like emo as well. Mm-hmm. Kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they're both technically solo-ish things.
Yeah, totally.
Because Pom Pom Squad was just like a person, and then she got other people to play along with her after she moved. I actually know more about your person than mine.
Right. I was going to look up because I was like, oh, Pom Pom Squad, that's a cool name. Let me find more. And then I just...
It is. I'll explain why I found it when it's my turn. But that's like the second half of the song. Or the second half of this podcast.
Cool.
Yep. So what's new?
I don't know. Not much. I officially hit summer.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I rolled right out of school into professional development, into AP grading, into marching band mini camp.
But mini camp's still going, right?
No. Mini camp was a week or 3 days.
Okay, and then the next thing is going to be
another mini camp in a couple weeks, and then another mini camp a couple weeks after.
Well, I don't have anything. I'm like so next week starts summer play rehearsals.
All right, that's cool.
So I'm then back into it, and really I've been more busy the first 3 weeks of summer. Actually, like all of summer, I've been more busy than when school was open. Because it's like, instead of a whole day of work, it's like 8 to 12, actually 8 to 1.
Yeah.
Just waiting to pick up people.
Fair enough.
Being a dad, really.
Yeah.
Take your kid here, take your kid there.
As a father, Bo says.
Yeah. You know, right? Wait, let's listen. Okay, Rich isn't a father. Christian's a father. I think he's got 3 kids.
Cool.
Those are our listeners. All 2. I saw Rich this weekend.
Yeah?
I know when he listens to this, it's going to be like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was a great time. I played lots of guitar for everybody who was singing.
Cool.
It was very fun. I should have gone back the second day, but I didn't. I ate lots of food from my local hometown.
Nice. Not
my hometown, where I grew up.
Isn't that your hometown?
Is it though?
Yeah.
Because I live here now. Like this feels more like home to me.
Hometown is like where you're from though.
Well, I mean, technically I didn't even do that because my mom doesn't live there in Lake City, Pennsylvania. Oh. She moved into the city of Erie, right on the border.
In the big city.
The big city.
I spent like 4 days in Erie one time.
But I ate not all because there's a third place. It's called Picasso's. They make really interesting sandwiches.
Do they make them like...
They make one with a Twinkie in it.
Okay. I was like picturing based on Picasso paintings or something like that.
No, but all of their sandwiches are named after artists or pieces of art, like the Mona Lisa and the Botticelli. It's good. Really good sandwiches. And then we go to Valerio's and get that combination sub. And then there's a place in Lake City that I did go. It's called Jim and Sue's, and they make a thing called a stuffy, which is basically just a pizza that you fold. It's kind of like a calzone, but it's not a calzone. Mm-hmm. So it's it's a pizza that you just fold in half.
Okay.
Like a whole pizza, and I hate it myself. I'm like, oh, so good. I haven't had those in years. The other place I should have gone was the White Turkey, which Christian knows. Christian knows of all these places. That's it. The one person. All right, so we're going to talk about 2 tunes.
Word.
Tune 1.
Tune 1. 9 Months by DiRusso.
I know it's not, but at first I'm like, is this like about a pregnancy?
I had the similar thought like before I listened to it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to focus on the lyrics. The lyrics are not about pregnancy.
No. So so this is the way I'm finding new music most of the time now, is somebody that I follow on Instagram shares a song and I go, oh, let me save that and I'll come back to it, or I'll go listen to it right now. Usually from like artists that I like. So I want to say like Lizzie McAlpine shared this one.
Mm-hmm. I've been listening to our podcast again.
Yeah.
I'm on like episode 10.
Nice. I have to go back. I stopped around like episode 5 or 6 or 7.
And we talk about Lizzie McAlpine a lot.
Well, I like
on
her
every
a lot.
episode.
Yeah. Is she the new Billie Eilish? We haven't talked about her in a while.
You're right. Thanks for bringing that up.
But anyway, so that's how I discover new stuff for a while. And like I will also not always have time to listen, and so I'll just have this like stack of songs saved and then go back and listen through. But anyway, this is Annie DiRusso's newest song. So I think that's why it was shared like a couple weeks ago. But then I just like
came out in March.
Okay, so then it's been out for a couple months.
It has,
but I just found
not 9 months, but
yeah. And then I was like, ooh, let me listen to more of her stuff. And there's only like 5 singles.
Yep, that's it. There's videos.
Are there? I haven't gone on.
There's
YouTube
not a video for
yet.
this song. Okay. But there's a video for. What's this song called? It's got like a super long name.
Oh, Yep. Hang on. Pull it up. Something.
Yeah. It's really, really long.
There it is. Judgments from the World's Greatest Band.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Which I think that only makes reference to like in the first line of that song. She had Don't Swerve official video. 20, which is a live video. Okay. Is weird. It's really actually good though. Yeah. That song and then 9 months was just the official audio. It's not a video. And these are all on her YouTube channel, which then the most recent, which was released 4 days ago, is How I Wrote 9 Months Part 1.
Oh, cool.
She videotapes herself like writing stuff, like the process. It's not written, it's not up here, but like she kind of like, this is how I wrote the song. You'll see in this is, so part 1 is about the first verse. Okay. And then, but it was only 4 days ago, so part 2 is not out yet.
That's cool. Well, and it's but kind of the tune is almost in 2 parts in a way. Okay.
I think this is gonna be like a 3-part thing.
Oh, you think? Okay.
I think it is.
But I'm just thinking like
song structure.
Well, yeah, like it's because it's like a 4-minute tune. It's the type of tune that could be like 2 or 2.5 minutes, and then it's not, and it's not in a bad way. I don't mean, but like, do you know what I mean? Like there could be like a radio edit, which is just shorter.
Yeah, I think it's a good length. It doesn't get boring.
No, not at all. And that's the thing. Like it sort of changes in the middle-ish, and then I don't know. We can also listen to it. So look in here.
Are you done talking about her?
Yeah, probably.
Annie DiRusso.
The first thing he said the night we met is I was beautiful.
Do you know, is this her playing guitar?
Right.
Yeah,
I assume so.
I looked so beautiful, so good inside, life in my eyes. I was so beautiful. That's the last time I looked so beautiful. 'Cause now I'm standing in your light.
I like that, the use of the word beautiful so many times, and like
so beautiful. I was so beautiful, but now I'm sleeping.
I like that's a cool, I don't know, writing trick or whatever.
When I get up, I'm getting dressed by yesterday.
So something I noticed last night when I was listening to this tune, So she doubles her vocals,
Yep.
which is common. But it almost sounds, there's parts of it especially, I don't know if it's as much here, where it almost sounds, instead of just like, I'm going to record them both and just kind of like put them over top or put one slightly to either side, it almost sounds more like one is more front and one is more back.
Okay, so
Do you know what I mean? Like
I do.
Like one
I do.
person's right on the mic like this, and somebody else is way back here. Like it almost sounds like that kind of effect.
I hope that translates. I mean,
Yeah.
it did in right now, but
Yeah.
like once I add compression,
But it has that kind of effect. Like there's the
Yeah.
her that is very present, and then there's the her that's maybe like 10 feet behind her, also
Okay.
singing at the same mic.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Which is
do.
I think a cool effect.
I would do that with my friend that I would record his vocals for.
Yeah.
Because he was a rapper. So I would have like the main line, and we'd work and fix that and like make sure it sounded really, really good. And then we're like, all right, now we're just going to double it and like don't really worry about the quality because it's going to be quieter.
Yeah.
But I would just like move the volume down
Okay.
on that. So it ends up being like, well, it's quieter, so it sounds
Yeah,
further
yeah.
away.
And I'm sure maybe that's
It
what
could
they
be.
do. I don't
and
know.
I think that she does everything herself because
Okay.
this, if you like look at like where it's released from, it doesn't say copyright and then like some label.
Right,
It's
yeah.
just her.
Yeah.
So I think she's releasing all these stuff by herself.
That makes sense. Yeah, she's got like a limited bio on her website, and it's basically just like she's Nashville /
New York
City, and
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of hear it says like you can really hear those influences, and I'm like, yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
I get a little bit of like the Nashville, like there's just that,
Depends on the song.
it's just like a little touch of country in there.
We'll talk about country some other time.
Okay,
I-
but do you know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
just like that, maybe not even country, but like southern rock a little bit or something.
okay.
I don't know. I get it. I was like, yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah, but there's only 5 songs, so it's like kind of hard to like really get that. That
They all
Vibe.
they all fit.
yeah, you could say that, but I mean,
Like if that was an EP
I'll
or
just
something,
dive
you'd be like,
into
yeah,
it.
okay.
What's the A Day to Remember? Is that the new-
band?
The band
Okay.
that just released an album called Brick Wall.
Okay.
And when I say just, it's like months ago.
Yeah,
I think that's
that's how time works.
how time works. Yeah, A Day to Remember. They released an album called Brick Wall. I think
Okay.
that's the album is also. Or no, it's called You're Welcome. Like we're the best band in the world. But like there's like 3 songs on it that just like if you just add a little bit of twang to the vocals, it's a country song, even though they're like hard rock.
Yeah.
Anyways. I want to do that. I mean, I can't sing country.
I've never really tried.
I've never tried either. But I don't think I could.
I feel like it'd be too easy to like go too far with it.
Yeah, but like what I want to do is I want to take all these like pop punk songs or hard rock, whatever, like
Yeah,
Day to
yeah.
Remember type, Silverstein even, and then just find that song that's like, oh, this could work country, and then just
Yeah.
throw like some slide guitar on there or lap steel, right?
Yeah.
Banjos maybe, and then twang the vocals. Just add like everything else is exactly the same. The speed's the same, like the
Yeah.
drums are the same. Just add those 3 things. And make a country and like be like, see, you don't have to like.
There's a particular song I have in mind that does this that I want to put on the podcast. Maybe I'll do it for next episode. But
The next one of the themes can be
songs
is
that
it country?
could be a country song.
Is this country?
Have you twanged it slightly?
Yeah, which I think a lot of pop punk can do.
Yeah.
And then also like you can just like, which I mean, I guess those are good songs. Is that you can kind of float between genres, where it's like that. If you do this, this, and this, it's a hard rock song. If you do this, 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 it's a country song. If you do this, this, and this, it's a pop song.
Yeah.
So back to this.
Every time I think of you, I hate I didn't run away. 'Cause I never thought I'd be the girl who stayed.
I want to point out, and this is from the YouTube video about like how I made this song. She is apparently a slow songwriter.
Okay.
She started like the very, very first lines were written in like 2019.
Okay.
And then she's like writing it, and it was finally finished in December of 2020. Which I don't think that's a long time to write a song, but that's because I'm also a really slow songwriter.
Yeah.
But when she wrote the first verse, she was in the relationship still.
Mm.
And then like she stopped for a bit and like, I'm not going to write anymore because this feels weird because it's about this relationship that I'm in.
Yeah.
So
interesting. Guitar solo.
I really like this guitar solo.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is her playing.
Okay.
Because in some of the videos where she's playing, like it's with a band and there's a guitar solo, she's not the one playing it. And she's like 20 or 21.
Okay. Yeah, I figured she was pretty young.
Yeah. Idea.
Sophisticated songwriting though from these like younger folks. Like speaking of Lizzie McAlpine, like these like sophisticated lyrics and.
I think we've talked about it how the best songwriters are in their 20s. Yeah. I think as I'm listening to yes.
Sorry, I can't think and listen. There's something about like you've reached a level of maturity, but you're young enough to maybe like still just say whatever. Mm-hmm. A little more hard on your sleeve probably too.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. You ever listen to Mark Maron's podcast?
No.
WTF. Well, he interviews people from it's usually celebrities and stuff.
Yeah. It's similar to like Chris Hardwick's whatever he's doing.
Yeah. But he's interviewed like a lot of singer-songwriters and stuff, like famous like Neil Young and some other people. Mm-hmm. And the thing that Mark always says, he always expects, and it's never the case. He always like asks these like old songwriters and stuff. Oh man, so that song, like this one, that was like about you, right? In a relationship, blah blah blah. And a lot of them are like, no, just a story I came up with.
Yeah,
or it's just based on this other thing or whatever. Like and maybe it's a thing where like when they were younger, it was more like from their perspective, or maybe it's just a thing that has shifted.
Yeah.
Now, where because like that's the thing you're saying, like she's saying this is about this relationship. Mm-hmm. Again, Lizzie McAlpine, her whole album was like about a specific time and place and relationships and stuff that she had. And like all these other people, like they're very specific to who they are and what they're going through. Where
older songs
are, and maybe 50, 60 years ago when Neil Young was writing stuff, like as a younger guy, he was doing that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. But then there's a guy like David Crosby who is like super old basically now. And a lot of stuff that he's writing now, I think is more personal. So maybe there's like that time in the middle where you get away from that. You don't want it to be as personal.
At some point it becomes a job, right? Like,
sure.
Oh, I got to do this.
Yep.
Well, I'm living a good life. I don't know what to write about right now.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, let me look in the news and write a song about that thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's not about me, but I can imagine what that would be.
Yeah.
Because of whatever. It's not like the super, super, super personal songs, but it could be.
And I'm a good enough storyteller to spin it and whatever and put my own thing on it. Yeah.
Where when you're really young, like you feel those things.
Yeah.
And then at some point, then it becomes like, well, it's a story that I came up with, and I somebody can relate to it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good thing. Mm-hmm. Is like writing songs that relate to a lot of people or are really like just your story. Mm-hmm. But having people relate. We're not even halfway done with this song.
Yeah.
I didn't really spend as much time with the song because I really want to focus on the lyrics, but I don't really have any of. I definitely like. I was looking for.
I like that little turnaround thing in the I never thought, and she could go right into I'd be the one who stayed, but she does like the no, I never thought, like does that kind of thing. It's
gotcha.
Cool. And then this is
a bridge,
but like then the next it just kind of keeps going in a way, like this feel.
Maybe it's just like a breakdown.
It makes my stomach sick that I tolerated you for so long.
Well, it's not the verse riff because the verse riff is like B-A-E.
I like that little
and this goes
dissonant chord and
goes up. It's probably the same chords, but just and then there.
That's something.
Adds a fourth chord.
That's the thing, like this almost feels like a different song.
Yeah, it could be.
Like it fits completely, and yeah, you're right. It probably is the same chords or whatever. But
if I had a guitar, I'd try to play it.
But the groove is different and like
My fault, repeat until I fall.
It's interesting to
Each night.
I'm looking forward to watching the series that she's putting out on her YouTube channel.
yeah, I want to go check
Because
it
like
out.
the first one, it's like, well, this is just about the first verse.
Yeah.
And then saying, oh, it's that. Because when I was listening to it, like the last chorus is complete, like the meaning is completely different than the first chorus.
Yeah.
And it makes sense as far as like, oh, well, you wrote this over a year, over the time of the relationship.
Yeah. Which is how long?
9 months.
Yeah. That's what the 9 months refers to, the relationship.
Yeah. So we'll listen to the last minute. Second. I don't think I would not call it a guitar solo because
I guess, yeah.
because it's just a hook,
Yeah.
a musical hook. Because this is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
When they ask you about us,
Then they've broken up.
Yeah.
don't you ever say we were in love. I took my time, now I know what it was. So don't you ever say we were in love.
I think she is a very young songwriter because there's a lot of repetition.
Yeah.
Like in the very beginning, it's like you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, or just saying that over and over and over again. So in the video, she has a video within the video of her just like playing the riff over and over again and just kind of like saying the same, like just working out the lyrics and be like, oh, that works, that doesn't work, but just saying beautiful over and over and over again.
yeah.
And it's like not like, did you not think of coming up with another word? But it's not. It's like, oh, it's stream of consciousness, and like I want to figure out what I need to say. And yes, this idea of beautiful at the end, it hooked you.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool, and it never happens like in any of the other verses.
Well,
It's
that's the
just
thing.
the
Yeah,
first
she
verse.
doesn't use that
Yeah,
idea again.
Mm-hmm.
Like the second verse is more stream of consciousness or whatever.
yeah, which we'll learn about in the second video, wherever it may come out.
Back before we get to it, the vocal thing I was talking about where she doubles it and stuff, you really hear it in this chorus where she's like singing along with herself.
the last chorus.
But there's a cool moment where like the lead vocal, like her, like we'll
Mm-hmm.
say Annie number 1, does something different than Annie number 2.
Okay.
Like I think like the one falls and the other one hangs on, or something like that. You'll hear where they kind of separate, which I think is kind of cool.
I'll need to pay attention. I need to listen to this song more closely.
There,
that,
they
yeah.
both fall at different places, and
Her voice reminds me of this person that I follow on Instagram that is from my hometown. Like I could hear the person from Erie singing this song.
okay,
Like has the same kind of texture.
that's cool.
Like the country aspect, but like Americana now.
Yeah.
Like not like, oh, well, they got the twang. It's like there's a division of like, for my mind, like if you have the twang, I don't like that side of country.
Right.
But there's like the other side of country, which is a lot older.
Yeah,
So, Johnny Cash, if you think of him as a country artist, you could. Willie Nelson, Dolly Parton, kind of borders on the country twang, but that's her voice.
yeah. Because you're from the South, you have
Yeah, exactly. Whereas other people, like, you put it on
Yeah,
and, like, really huck it up.
yeah.
So, that was that song.
Yeah, I dig her a lot. I'd recommend if anybody who listens to this, but like if you like more, she's only got 5 tunes out right now, but keep
And they're
following
not
her.
on they're not on an album. They're all singles.
Yeah,
So I think that she's doing
spread out over a couple of years. Like I think there's one from like 2018 or a couple from 2018,
2018 or 19.
2020. But yeah, now I'm like, I would just want more of her stuff. Like I want to hear more of it. I'm hoping to, like, now with the world kind of opening back up, like maybe she'll do some shows and stuff, or
Maybe.
be playing with somebody. I don't know.
Well, yeah. So, like, in her, it's like I look at what you're playing, like the instrument, right?
Oh, okay.
So, like, she has
I see. Okay.
the guitar,
Yeah,
the guitar
yeah.
that she actually.
Which,
What did I just do? I did not mean to do that.
like, what kind of guitar she?
Yeah, like the actual equipment. Yeah, she has "Don't Swerve" is from 2018.
I like that song a lot too.
And then like
Dead Dogs is an odd one.
Dead Dogs.
Yeah, that's
I don't
one
think
of
I
her
heard
singles.
that one.
I
just watched her videos.
On her brief bio, it talks about like going through relationship issues and this and that and growing up, and then also like a dog of 15 years passing away or something. So I think that's what.
She has 6 singles, and she appears on a song.
Oh, okay.
With Gabby Roa.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. But like 2 from 2018, 1 from 2019, 2 from 2020, 1 from 2021. So
cool.
Not that long. But she has an Epiphone Les Paul.
Okay.
In like when she's actually working on it. So like that's her guitar. And then like in some of her videos, she has a Jazz Master, which I'm like, ooh, that's a cool guitar. Nice. Because that's my guitar as well.
Sweet.
Or at least that shape. Jazz Master Jaguar. Fender.
Meow.
Which fits more with her indie rock style.
Okay.
Like Fender has a lot of like indie, like they kind of go after like really young indie artists, or at least like that's what you see on their social media, where they're like, oh, we're gonna have this person take over, and it's like it's an indie rock band, where Gibson / Epiphone is like, here's this guy from 30 years ago that hasn't done anything. We're going to give him a signature model.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's cool. So here's our break, which doesn't turn into a break.
Ding, bong, boing. Ding, bong. Bing, 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 bing.
Bing, bong, bing.
Money. So we were listening to another song. We were listening to one of those, The Day to Remember songs.
Yeah, the country
Here's
version.
the other thing that gets me about stuff like that too, as we're going to talk about this song that no one's going to hear. So that first part of the vocal, he like is kind of stream of consciousness or whatever, but like he tries to like force in certain words, and then the syllables,
it doesn't match up.
Yeah, and I'm like, just there's ways to do that better.
Okay.
I don't know.
Keep that thought in mind.
Okay.
All right. So next artist is Pom Pom Squad.
Pom Pom Squad. I feel like that's how you have to say it.
Yeah. So the way that I discovered this band is I was reading an article about how Courtney Love was upset at Olivia Rodrigo because she did the crying prom queen photo.
Okay.
Which Holes Live Through This, like that's the photo, right? And like I didn't really think that would be original then. It's like, I mean, your meaning behind it is original, the whole album.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, if you win, if you're a prom queen, like, and you cared about it,
yeah,
like, obviously that's like the look that you would get. That's not, I don't think that's like original. Like, because I think of even like Carrie.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, like it all stems from that.
Yeah, where Courtney Love is like, oh, my favorite flower place is this. I'll look for your note. It's like, give me flowers because of whatever. I don't know. I've been watching a whole, like, this person on YouTube just bitch about Courtney Love. And I'm just like, why? Like, that's their whole channel is just bitching about Courtney Love.
I mean, fair enough, but maybe don't waste your time on Courtney
it's like,
Love.
Dude, it was so long ago. Is it 25 or 35? It's 25. No.
Oh.
My math is wrong. That he killed himself.
Oh, probably 25 years.
Yeah, it was 94.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 25. Either way, it's like, okay. I mean, if there was evidence, there'd be evidence, because there's like she killed her or she killed him. It was murder. It wasn't. It's like, I don't know. Anyways, so
I don't know. She's not a great person. So
yeah. So I was reading this article about that. Ooh, that happened. Jesus Christ, what's going on here?
Turn your volume off.
Squad. How do you spell squad?
SKWADD.
Oh my God. Oh my God, we're gonna have to edit this crap out. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Let's just turn that off. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not editing that out. Oh, maybe because I don't know how to spell Pom. There we go. All right. So, and then somebody in that article is like, oh, well, they also, like, even when you look up Pom Pom Squad, it's like talking about Olivia Rodrigo.
Okay.
Like the first couple things is Olivia Rodrigo accused of copying Courtney Love, Pom Pom Squad. So like they're kind of lumped in there. And I'm like, oh, well, let me listen to Pom Pom Squad then and see what that sounds like. And I was listening to it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. Yeah. And their album is called Death of a Cheerleader, which apparently, and they're indie rock / grunge band from Brooklyn, New York. Mia Burin, I believe is her name, the front woman who it's like she writes everything. She was bullied in middle school, and then like they put her into a private school, and she was very much like no cheerleading is like that's like your prom queens or you know like that type of look to that. But like one of the cheerleaders like befriended her but was like, no, you don't have to do this, because it was at that school the cheerleaders had to like to build a connection with the football team, would like buy like would cook food for like just a single player. Oh, right. Like they were like, I don't know, to some form of connection, but like that cheerleader was like, I'm not making him food.
Yeah, it sounds very like 1950s.
It does, which it probably is exactly what it stems from.
Yeah.
Which is just like, well, you know, back in the 50s when football was more popular than now and women didn't have rights, it was that. So this is kind of like a fluctuation of that, I guess.
Okay.
So, Pom Pom Squad. That's all I know about them. Oh, and this is off of the record called Death of a Cheerleader, and it's not the first single, but it's like there's a video where she's just crying the whole time. The first single was called Head Cheerleader. This is going to be not a lot of saying, but I like some of the production stuff of this.
Cool.
And you're like, this doesn't sound anything like any DiRusso. It's like, yeah, because it's strings, quote unquote strings.
Yeah.
Or is it? And it's sludgy. It's grunge.
Yeah. So you've played me a cover that they did, so I'm guessing that's only now the second song I've heard by them.
Oh, yeah.
But I think this is her vocal style, like kind of slurry. Okay.
Yeah. And it's not like in time.
Yeah.
But I think it's supposed to be emotional.
Yeah.
So this crying part, like it's very just like sludgy guitars.
12/8 feel.
Yeah.
Now we're 6/8 feel.
Now we're adding like up, offbeat type things.
Got that kind of like 60s ish.
Yeah. Like beach.
Yeah.
Beach vibe.
I just saw the Marvelous Wonderettes this past weekend.
Oh.
Which was great, but it has a lot of 50s and 60s music in it.
Yeah. So this is the next chorus, which is, I'm gonna pause it right there.
Yeah.
So I was driving while listening to this, and I thought I heard sirens.
Oh.
And it was not. It was from this music.
Okay.
But just look when I'm crying. And then all of that, there's just like a melting.
That's a cool effect. I like that. Like tears falling.
Sure.
Messy and...
It's so like just melty.
Yeah.
Like just things just... Oh, the music is melting. And then it goes... And it goes... In the on the left. Yeah, and this could be kind of 50s, 60s type of pop, but like because it's slowed down and it's...
Well, like if you cleaned up the sludginess of the guitars, like it's totally fits that.
But then it kind of reminds me of Billie Eilish, like not musically, but like lyrically, like it's kind of this is kind of like a Happy's 50s song, but it's like super depressed,
Yeah.
and then the strings are back.
I don't totally love her voice. Like, I don't know if I could listen to a whole album of her stuff, but I dig it. Like, in this case, like, it works on this.
Okay.
And it's not even that it's bad. I think it's just a little too, like I was saying on that other song. I don't know.
It's just floaty.
Yeah. It's kind of a cool juxtaposition, though, against the music, that sludgy kind of guitar. And then she has this very pretty voice, like,
Yeah.
and it's a cool how that kind of work together, but against each other in a
Yes.
way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Slide on the
there's still
strings
some
and
like
stuff.
melty parts. I don't know. I really like the first listen. Like, it's really, really cool. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
I am intrigued to listen to more.
Yeah. So you've heard 2 songs, and you do want to listen to more, because I think
I do.
I've given you more. I've brought music, songs, tunes to the table, and you're like, no, I don't want to listen to more. And like, it hasn't really happened a lot.
Yeah.
Where
Well, here's my thing. I'm not optimistic.
okay,
Like, I think I'm gonna appreciate it. Like, I just don't know. Yeah.
it's kind of like it fits for me. It fits into a style and genre that I've kind of been looking for, but so does your song for this episode, where
I just remembered something.
female-led grunge, like
Yeah.
90s grunge type stuff. Like, that's what I'm kind of looking for. But like, when I try to search that, it like
You get whole.
yeah, you get bands that like, well, everybody knows this band. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm looking for new bands to me
Right.
that would exist in that world.
The one
Currently.
thing I was gonna say is Annie DiRusso reminded me of is Sloth Rust,
Okay.
who you brought
Yeah.
many episodes ago. But yeah, like that kind of vibe.
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally.
for sure.
They're coming out with a new record soon.
Oh, cool. I heard the new Garbage album is good.
Okay.
Speaking of like bands of that era and stuff.
I have not heard anything from
Well,
them.
it's from like one person. He's a hockey writer who I follow, but he's been like raving about it.
Is it out?
Yeah, like just came out. But he said it's like up there.
Silence.
Yeah.
Is it called No Gods, No Masters? It is.
I don't know.
It's called No Gods, No Masters.
Okay.
That's great. It's a pink cover, and what's that album? It's super emo. It's like old school emo. It looks like that.
Let me see. I can't see.
Well, there's a statue. It's
Sunny Day Real Estate.
Yeah.
The blue.
It's
with the angel.
It's like the cover is similar to that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's instead of blue, it's pink.
Yeah.
It's
it's like right on instead of being a little off center.
but also it's not the same statue, but it's an angel.
You went to any big cemetery. And
Yeah. No gods, no masters. Cool.
Word.
For new things.
Yeah, check it out. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Check that out, but also check out the artist that we talked about today,
Yeah.
Pom Pom Squad,
And
which
Annie
is
DiRusso.
which is maybe a derivative or not a derivative. Is similar? Would you say it's similar to Olivia Rodrigo, or not at all? Because
I'd have to listen to more.
I haven't listened to.
I like that album. I like that Olivia Rodrigo album.
Yeah.
I
saw her on Hot Ones.
I've said as like a 37-year-old man, I'm vibing with that album way too much. Maybe
No,
but-
it's perfectly
but, I
fine.
don't
You
know.
can be at any age
It's-
and love music.
Yeah.
And I want to go on because I said Hot Ones.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what
I
that
love
is?
Hot Ones. Yeah.
So
I
Hot
haven't
Ones,
watched any new ones
for the people at home who don't know what Hot Ones is, because it sounds really weird. It's like, oh, I saw her on Hot Ones. It's like, what the hell's that?
Yeah.
It's where you eat hot wings, where you have the guests eat hot wings, and they're 10 or 9. I think it's 10 wings.
Is it even that many? I thought it was like 7.
No, it's like 10.
Okay.
I think it's 10. It's 9 or 10.
I haven't watched it in a
But
while.
like, you eat them and they get progressively hotter.
Yeah.
And it's funny once you get to like number.
And he asks a
6.
question on each.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interview.
Yeah.
But the premise of Walt doing the interview is, we're going to eat hot wings. So also, like, you're going to be on fire, and maybe you can't do it because it's a challenge.
It's the type of thing that should be so stupid. Like, it should not be as entertaining and as interesting as it is.
Yeah.
Because the premise is ridiculous.
But here's the thing.
And he himself, like, he's kind of like a nerdy guy and whatever.
Yeah.
And like,
I like how he does like the hand
like
gesture
his
things.
delivery style is like not great for like if he was doing like a normal interview thing, I think wouldn't work. But I think because it's this like odd thing, and like it gets disjointed because because then they'll have like one and they'll be like, oh my god, like they're running for the milk and the whatever, and they're crying, and like,
or there are Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey
Plaza. She was like putting it through her nose. Like, I don't know if she drank it through her nose or if she like blew it out her nose. Okay. So she'd like fill her mouth with milk and then blow it out her nose because like her nose was hot.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. My favorite is Alton Brown.
Oh yeah.
Because he's a food guy and he's like picking apart like
he's critiquing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great one. Wow, that actually goes into what I was about to say. So the reason I got into Hot Ones is because Mike Adams, who I want to say is a friend of mine.
Okay.
He's a YouTuber. He did an episode of that. He's like, oh, I love Hot Ones. So he's like, I'm going to do a Hot Ones thing. Yeah. But instead of like, it's not an interview. It's like he just made up wings and like put hot sauces on them. And like, it was hilarious. So I'm like, I want to watch these Hot Ones. So I would, and then I was messaging him. I'm like, which one should I watch? And then he's like, oh, you got to watch this one because it's hilarious because like this person didn't make it. Like they stopped at like 3. And I'm like so many people make it all the way through. There's like a couple people who like only 3 or 4 people who like dropped out.
Right. And
it's just like you didn't even get to like the hot one.
Yeah.
Where it's also kind of dumb when you're doing an interview and the other person's not eating the hot wings.
Yeah.
It's just like now it's just a regular interview because you won't eat your wings.
I feel like too, like I like spicy stuff, but I don't like crazy. Like I like to enjoy it. Like if I was eating some of those, I wouldn't even enjoy it. But I wonder, like, if you get to a point, like once you reach the 4th or 5th or whatever, like, do you notice the heat still, or is everything so on
you watch
fire?
Enough. They get to the bomb, which is the 3rd from the last one, and everybody like, ooh, like it's not even good. It's just like, it's just heat.
Yeah.
For heat.
Yeah.
Where a lot of them, like I've had 2 because I bought like the warm up, which I'm like, I can't really. I mean, I can, but maybe I like don't eat it right. Meaning like I just put too much on already.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Like I'm like, this is so hot. Why did I do this? But it's also weird because if you taste it by itself, so I finished this one. It was like peppercino, so delicious. I put it on everything. It was so good. But it's like really, really. It's like the first one that you do, and then the second one, I just to test it, I just like put it on your finger and then licked it. I'm like, oh my god, this is so hot. What the hell? But then I put it on something. I'm like, oh, this isn't that hot at all.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird how like if you actually put it onto food, it lessens the heat.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Hot Ones, we'll do that. Not really. We will not do a Hot Ones.
No.
But you were talking about Alton Brown.
Yeah.
So he also plays guitar, and he had Mike set him.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, which was really interesting. He had him set up his guitars. Now Mike lives in Seattle. He was in York. Now he moved. So now I can't get my
drive down to Mike's place.
I can't just have my guitar set up by him now.
Yeah,
which sucks for me.
R.I.P. Thoughts and prayers, Bo.
Yeah, he's in a better place.
I meant thoughts and prayers for you.
Yeah. Anyways, so
if you'd like to send us some thoughts and prayers, go to
your bedroom, Neil, and then there you go.
Or send us an email.
I mean, those aren't really thoughts or prayers. Those are just
just thoughts and ramblings and whatever.
Yeah.
Send us an email.
Talk to us.
What's our email, Bo?
twotunespodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Find us on Facebook. Just search Two Tunes Podcast.
2 Tunes, yeah.
On Instagram @Two Tunes Podcast.
And if you really want to like interact with other people, not just us, you can join the Discord, which is getting bigger.
Yeah.
But it's only me and Christian talking about.
It's my friend Sarah who joined. It seemed like a username that she would use.
Maybe.
So
you should introduce yourself. Introduce yourself in the Discord.
Yeah. Though my favorite podcast to listen to is called The Weekly Planet.
And they have one too.
Well, they do, but it's funny. But they were just, I don't remember if they've mentioned it, but they always have like their closing thing that they do where they mention all the different things, the Patreon and their other subscription service and their TeePublic and all these different things that you can do and whatever. And I just noticed it on the newest episode, and they were like, and we have a Discord server apparently, and neither of us knows what it is, and we're not on it, but do it. Great. Like, go for it.
Yeah. No, so. I want you guys at home to talk about this song in the Discord or on our Facebook, whatever.
Yeah.
Interact with people.
Share the posts.
Share the posts.
Is cool.
Yeah.
Leave a review.
And maybe if we get enough people, if we have more than maybe 50 or 100 people weekly listening, maybe we'll do some more stuff.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. I don't know what the stuff is going to be, but we could do stuff like merch, and that'd be hilarious if we had merch.
That would be funny.
Anyways, we'll see you next time.
Cool. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.